this way. A broken man with empty hands. Baby, please, please don't leave me this way.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes were an American vocal band from Philadelphia who were a kind of soul and R&B style group, disco at points as well. They were formed in the 50s as the Charlemagnes, but very soon changed their name to the Blue Notes, and then they became Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Harold Melvin being one of the singers in the group. Their most successful years, however, were the 70s. Despite still being called Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, their lead singer was Teddy Pendergrass, who has also had solo success since being in the band. They created 9 studio albums between the years of 1972 and 1984, so a fairly short recording career for quite a large musical career. They continued as a band until Melvin died in 1997, and they have had occasional reunions since. I believe they get reunited for particular events. Hi, my name's Dan, and before we get into the review for this album, I just want to pause for a minute and reflect on the fact that this review is the 500th review I've done on this series. So if you're paying any attention at all, the series about the 3,000 greatest albums of all time, and I've been working my way through from the bottom through to the top. So I am now 1/6 of the way through. I've been doing it for just over a year, so I reckon I'm on about a 7-year mission. Anyway, it's time to celebrate. I've got a party popper. Here we go. Right, there. Celebration over. I do want to thank everybody who's subscribed to the channel, and especially the regular commenters that I've got. You're great guys. I love having your interaction. Anybody else who wants to subscribe, please do come and join us on the journey. It's a great milestone place to come and join me for the next however long you want to stay with me. But we're going to go through a lot of albums in as quickly as possible, basically. Right, on to this album. So let's get some of the party popper stuff there. There we go. Put that on my head so you can tell I'm celebrating. So this is Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. It's, I think, my first encounter with this album. I'm fairly sure it is. It was the last album that had Teddy Pendergrass as the lead singer. The band playing here is the Philadelphia label's house pool of musicians who went under the name of Mother, Father, Sister, Brother, MFSB for short. And I would describe this as being disco soul. There are hints of funk in here as well. So there's lots of kind of fast stuff. Not all of it is fast. It's certainly the sort of stuff you can imagine in a 1970s disco. There's lush string sounds and a full band going on here. And the vocals, so Barry White, as a comparison, comes to mind. But I would say that Teddy Pendergrass on this album is better than my memories of Barry White. The singing is really good. And he does a good job of putting a lot of emotion and meaning into the singing, as well as it being technically strong. So I really like that. There are a couple of tracks with guest vocals by Sharon Page. I don't know who she is, but they certainly sound decent. My favourite track on here is the version of Don't Leave Me This Way, because I know it. This predates the famous version by Thelma Houston by a couple of years, I believe. But as it wasn't long into the introduction before I recognised it, I thought, yeah, good song. It's one of those that is kind of in my head as one of those stomping disco classics of the 70s. So I enjoyed it overall. It's a good album. It's, as I say, it's big and lush, but it does have heart to it, and it's got some nice groove as well. So, yeah, it's good, I think. What do you think? Please talk to me and tell me what you think of this album and of the review, if you like, or anything about, you know, the stretch of things that I'm on, and this being the 500th view. So that's it from me for now.
Touch me. You know just how to touch me.
Kiss me. You know just where to kiss